Hi, and welcome to a special breaking news edition of Newsmakers Journal of the Vaccine Year. I am Jerry Roberts. It is Wednesday, August 18th. My guest today is Randy Rowse, former city council member and current candidate for mayor. And Randy, as you'll discover, you're still a young man, but as you get older, it's not the things that you forget that are a problem. It's the things that you remember that aren't so. I am guilty of that this morning. I relied on my faulty memory and referred to you as an erstwhile Republican, which is a fancy way of saying you used to be one. But you are here to tell me you have never been a Republican, correct?
That's right, Jerry. Much to my Eisenhower Republican parents' dismay, when I came of age was during the Nixon administration. I registered Democrat, like everybody else in the environmental studies department did. And I don't even remember. I remember having to register to vote in a primary, but nobody I recall even talked about party politics in that day and age. And clearly, party politics is one of my tenets of my campaign. I think it's been very destructive in our local leadership, and particularly in the last couple of years. So so I was when I saw myself attached to the Republican thing, I thought, okay, well, if being an old white guy means you're a Republican, it also must mean that Jerry Roberts and Nick Welsh are right there with me, right?
No, I've been declined to state for many years because it's just easier that way. But I hate like hell making a factual error like that. When I was editing, I once had a reporter who put a wrong address for an event that was going to take place that night, and I made her go out and stand at the wrong address and direct people to the right address. So this is the least I can do. But I mean, in terms of the point you raise, I think it is an interesting point because we both know that the California Constitution clearly states that all of these local offices, council, supervisor, school board, are nonpartisan races. And we both also know that that's not the way the game is played anymore. And particularly in this town, the Democratic endorsement has been decisive, if not determinative in some races. The mayor has that endorsement. We have a situation with now 6 candidates. Whoever finishes first wins, and that's a big block of votes to take home. And talk a little bit about your notion. And you were on council for a long time, so you were able to see, I think, a change in that and how it affects policies.
Well, and as I said back when I first got on council, that partisan politics or party politics and ideologies are fine. Have them, own them. They're part of you. Leave them at the door when you walk into City Hall to go to work, because it's just not. I was talking to Sheila Lodge about this, and when she was mayor, they had a real diverse council in terms of ideologies and political parties. None of that came into play. They were there to do the work of the city. And the idea that you would be focused on mandates or dictates, I should say, from some other outside party, this is completely foreign to me. And I think a gross disservice to the people that voted for us. So that I'm not going to be that person. I am not a party candidate.
Yeah, I remember talking to the late Hal Conklin after right after the election 4 years ago, 2017, and I guess he, as I recall, finished second. But I said, what was different than when you were on council and also served as mayor in the 90s? And he said the biggest single thing is this party endorsement. He says it's everything now in the way that both in district elections and also with the one citywide office that's left. So I guess the Republican imprimatur would have been kind of the kiss of death for you. At least that's how it felt when you got up and were greeted by my glaring factual error this morning. So
well, they're a rare breed in this county to begin with anyway, but that's not even my point. My point is either party. If you had called me a Democrat, my response would have been precisely the same. It just ain't true. Even though I was a Democrat for most of my adult life, until I finally had it with both parties, but particularly party politics in this state, in this country. are bad enough. But why bring that poison into your local school board and council races if you don't have to? And by definition, they're not supposed to be there. And I firmly believe in that. I really believe it should be, you're about the city first, last, and foremost, and that's it.
All right. Well, Randy Rowse, again, we regret the whole thing, and we appreciate you coming on this morning to set the record straight. Randy Rowse, candidate for mayor and not a Republican. Enjoy the rest of your day explaining to your supporters.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it, and have a great day.
All right, man. Take care.
All right.